Hi, my name is Ranjit Charles, and I'm going to take the next few minutes to help you navigate entering time as a therapist. So here's our login screen, logging in as a test demo user, and that should be our normal menu land. If not, you can select employee and get to this. And I chose employee at the top. If you are logged in as an employee, this is the screen you will see. Um, things that may have been already defined for you, such as adding a customer, and then you can add your own contacts. In this case, I have a little bit more rights than a normal employee, so I'm going to actually select and assign an organization, be it, we call it a customer, but it could be a hospital, it could be a school. So I just added recreation supplies. And then all the students or contacts that are assigned to them are listed here. And if you need to add more, you basically click on that plus sign and then add a contact. And a contact can be many different kinds of contacts. One type of contact is a student at the school, could be a teacher. So here I'm going to pick the organization. And you can add other information, address, phone number, email, but I am choosing not to. And I'm going to add. Again, those are the different options here, but the default is the student in this case. And I just added it. And it will show up in one of the screens below. So you'll actually find it. I think it's in actually the last page, but let's go and check the last page. Yeah, there it is. That's basically all you would need to, at least for this demo, I wanted to go over here. Under the employee, we're next going to go over to enter some time. So you see at the top right-hand corner our menu, enter the time entry. So here's where we choose the organization, school or hospital, and I chose SKMBT, which is basically a demo that has been set up. And these are all the students that have been added as contacts. In the far right, you'll see the start time, end time. In this version, the time is for the entire period that you're here, and we're going to just assign that time to the various student conferences that you've had. So I'm just going to pick a few, and notice as I pick it, I'm turning on the ones that I'm entering time. So I met with Albert for a little bit. And notice I'm not entering any doc time at this point. And also notice that some of the other things that you had asked for, Medicaid, progress notes, co-signing, admin work, they're all defined at the bottom. There's a place to define that separately, and they show up here. And you basically assign time just like any of the other ones. And we have also added travel time. We entered 45 minutes for travel, 54 miles for mileage. And I could have entered the start time when I started the work, or I just add that at that point. And then the end time is an important factor here. When I put the end time, you will notice that the document time gets calculated. So it takes the difference between all the other times that you were there, and the difference, it allocates it to that doc time. And right there, I think I'm going to put a note for Albert. You also you can add a note on the contact record for Albert. Put some goals there if that's the goal you want to put. And here I'm just putting some notes there for him. Just saying, hey, good progress, grades have gone up. Continue this progress or this process. Let's touch base in whatever 3 months or so. So whatever note you want to put it there. And we'll go ahead and save it. And then this, some of this, it's demo data, but for Albert, we're trying to collect all the notes that we've entered for him, so you can kind of read through the different progress notes that you put for him. with the different meetings that you've had. So let's go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead and continue saving this particular transaction and save this. Be back to this page, and I can go into this side listing and I can see my transaction. There it is, my 4 hours that I clocked in there. So let me go ahead and select that, and there it is. It shows the different students I met with and some of the progress notes and admin time that I entered. Next, I'm going to put some time um, against an organization that what I'm not actually going to track in detail by student. So I'm just going to put start. I came in at 8 o'clock, and I left at 5, and I'm going to save as with just total time, and that shows up as well. You can still put some notes if you want to and track notes what was done, but if all you're trying to track is time, then that's a way to do it. And again, these are all time that is available for you to bill the organization, the school or the hospital that you're working with. In this view, you're getting only because I've given a little bit more rights than a normal employee. It's our billing screen. So here in this, it's a billing selection. So I'm going to select. I can select by the organization I want to build, or I can individually choose within that organization. So here I've chosen a few transactions I want to bill, and then that flows into an invoice where you can continue to make edits if you want. And this just happens to be an initial template that we're using. I'm not going to send an email at this point. And I'm creating an invoice. Let's go ahead and close the screen, and that's the detail. That's basically how it look in your email if you were to send it out. And I can go and look at the invoice, and my invoice is listed here. Open it up. There it is. Sure, you may have some questions. Looking forward to your feedback. And we'll talk to you then.